So,
Chemical class.
yes, so basic chemistry, here we're going to be able to test for three things. We're going to be able to test for chlorine, pH, and alkalinity. So on here in the top, we actually have everything color-coded. We have chlorine is yellow, pH is red, alkalinity is green. The first two tests we're going to do in this comparator. The third test for alkalinity is going to be a titration in this one.
And that's a green one.
Yep.
Okay.
So I'm going to run through real quick on, I'm just going to show you guys the test. There's really detailed instructions here that walk you through every single thing. And so once you've seen it, if you forget the amount of drops or the particular number drop that you need to add, this will tell you. So don't stress about trying to memorize every single thing that I say, but just kind of watch what we're going through. So we're going to start with chlorine and pH. What we're going to do is we're going to get a sample. So we're going to take our comparator, and we've got two lines here at the top. I'm going to take this water, I'm going to take a water sample from elbow deep in the pool. So we're going to push it down, and then we're going to flip it over to get a water sample from that depth. The top of the water has slightly different chemistry. The middle, about 18 inches down, is going to have the most accurate chemistry for your whole pool. So I'll walk over and get this. When we do come over here, we want to make sure that we don't take the sample right next to a return, because if your chlorinator's running, it's going to be different water chemistry than the rest of your pool. So I find kind of a dead spot, like right here is a perfect one, because the return's over there and there's one over there. So we're going to go down, come back up. We can shake out that little bit until we get to these lines here.
I totally got you a towel. No towel?
Oh, no, I'm good.
I'm gonna freeze your
I
hands.
do it every single day. So now we're going to take 5 drops of 600, the yellow one. We're going to put it in the left side here with the yellow.
So everything's color coded.
Yes.
Okay.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we're going to take 5 drops of 14, and that's the red. We're going to put it in the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And when you do this, you want to hold them straight up and down. If you go sideways, you're going to cut the drops and make weird sized drops and get weird colors that don't make any sense.
Okay.
So always straight up and down. Then for this, we're going to cap and invert to mix. You don't need to shake it. You can just let the bubble go up and down. If you shake it, you're going to get bubbles in there and it's going to look funny. It'll be hard to read the test. So now what we do is we compare against something bright white. The clouds are white enough for me to be able to see. So if we look here, normally if you had a bunch of chlorine in the pool, you'd start to see a yellow show up on this side, and it would match one of these colors here. And then if we look at our pH, your pH is a little bit on the high side. It's pretty normal for a brand new pool to have a little bit on the low chlorine and a little bit on the high pH.
Okay.
So to adjust the pH down, use muriatic acid. To raise it up, you can use either soda ash or baking soda, which is sodium bicarbonate. And then for our chlorine, since we don't have the salt cell running yet, normally we would just bump up the salt cell if we got this test result, but we can also add chlorine manually through either tablets or liquid chlorine or powder. So normally what you want to see is in between, the ideal is this middle here, where you've got 2 chlorine, 7.5 on the pH. You can go up to 7.8 and down to 7.2, or down to 1 up to 3. So this middle section here is really where you really want to sit if you want to have the best pool water. Up here on the top, you'll see Cl, that's chlorine. Br is for bromine. Since this is a chlorine pool, you can just ignore that whole column, and then you've got your pH on this side. This is carcinogen, so even though it's such a small amount, it's never probably ever going to hurt anybody. I always dump it not in the pool, and then I do rinse it though, because otherwise, if you see, we've still got these little pink dots that can stain and discolor in here.